I don't really wear glasses.
That's the first. Hi everybody, welcome to T&Mai's channel. I am May and
I am T.
All right, and we're just gonna chat with you today about things that couples talk about. We've been married for 3 years.
3 years. And
3.
It still feels like 1 year.
Yeah. So we just want to kind of share about some things that we talk about all the time with everybody, and feel free to comment below, subscribe to our channel,
Ask us questions. What you want us to maybe touch on, what we think. It's all what we think, how we, like she said, what we talk about to help our relationship and, keep us surviving that, ratio of 50% that make it in their first year.
And more.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that said, I don't know. Let's start out with a
Cheers,
babe. To something?
Doing this video and, keeping it real.
Keeping it real. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks to the people at, should I shout them out?
Ain't no sponsors, but
I know. But the wine was good. Yeah. A-Frame. It's a house that we rented for our 3rd anniversary. It's a cute little A-Frame in North Carolina in Sneed's Ferry, and it was really nice. And they give their guests a bottle of wine, so we love the bottle of wine, and it was a really great experience. It was a really cute house.
Yeah.
So shout out to A-Frame. I forget what their handle is online. But
that would have been helpful.
Would have been
For a shout out.
But you can find them just with that A-Frame. It's an A-Frame house.
There you go.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the things that are hard for people to talk about in their relationships.
Yeah.
And we've got 3 things. I have to check my fingers. 3 things that, see, I do this and you do this. Huh. Okay. Anyway. 3 things that are hard for couples to talk about that you absolutely must talk about if your relationship is going to survive. So the first thing is,
if you want your relationship to survive.
if you want it to. If you don't, then don't talk about these things at all, ever. Yeah. But the first is the past, your past.
Yeah.
Having a good understanding of where you came from, where you are now, how those things impact you, and being able to talk freely with your partner, because then there's a closeness to that. I'll just rattle them off before we get into it deeply. The second one is money, which is uncomfortable, scary, contentious, or just a whole lot rolled into that one word for couples. So that's definitely something that's on the list as far as hard things to talk about that you must talk about. And the last is definitely not least, but actually it's not the last. It's just the 3 that we.
Yeah, it's not last.
Yeah, it's the 3 that we kind of thought of. But third is, what did you call it? True feelings? Honest feelings. Yeah. Honest feelings are feelings that you have about something that might be difficult to talk about with your partner, whether it's a vulnerability, insecurity, a question that you have, just something that you feel about them. The way they cook, the way they do certain things, things about yourself that you're not quite sure how they view or think of. But being able to have those kind of honest conversations about the things that you're really thinking about, really feeling about your relationship, and talk about it in a real way is very difficult, but very necessary.
And it'll just, once you do it, it removes the difficulty level. You know what I mean?
It's like, it makes it easier every time.
Easier, and you know, then you can go through it like a conversation.
Yeah. So the first one we'll talk about is first on the list, and we'll break these out into 3 parts. First part being
your past.
The past.
Your dark, your dark closeted past.
Those days that you put behind you because you're like, I wasn't me until I got with you, and now I'm me.
Bullshit.
There was nothing before you and nothing, you know, because those things creep up into how you act sometimes, how you react to certain things, and then of course, you know, there's always that ex that's hitting you up on some what's good.
Has any ex hit it? No, you haven't hit it. Yeah, actually, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
and it was made so much easier because it's something that we talked about and we already knew.
Well, first of all, we got premise our relationship because we've known each other for years. And
yes.
But that didn't make it easier. Like, that didn't make it, like, easier to be like, oh, I know you, because I didn't really know shit about you, but...
As an adult,
you know, so... But still, like, we had that level of friendship that is there, that, you know, we talk. And we always talked about stuff, relationships.
Yeah. But it was before we even got together, we were friends. So we've known each other since middle school. If you guys watch our very first video, you'll get a sense of like how we met, all that stuff. But we would keep in touch every couple of years. Yeah. It wasn't even like you're my friend that I talk to all the time. It was just like,
we checked up.
Just checked up like, hey, what's up? And so then during those kinds of conversations, it would just be like, oh, this is what's going on. This is who I'm talking to. This is what's going on with me. You know, at one point, you know, I was excited for you. You were engaged. And at one point. And so, you know, by the time we ended up getting together, we knew each other's, like, history and, you know, all that stuff for the most part. Yeah. So, you know, but that made
it... too, like, it wasn't like... We didn't start off trying to hide that shit.
Yeah.
Like... It was pretty open. I don't know, you know, that's a rarity for people, but, you know, because I know people that will not talk about stuff they did, people that they were with or whatever.
Yeah, and when we say talk about it, we don't mean like, you know, explain in graphic detail everything. But the thing is, part of what I think holds people back from it is you don't want to, quote unquote, imagine or envision your partner with anybody else.
Yeah, but it happened. It's not like it didn't, you know, happen. Like, if you're a person like me, I learned from my relationship. So there's bits and parts of me that is like, when I was with somebody else, that's who I was at that point in time. And I feel like you're supposed to learn from relationships. If you don't make it with somebody, what'd you do to, you know, help yourself grow versus what did you do to hinder yourself that you could, like, you know, let go or take into your next relationship or leave out of your next relationship. And, you know what I mean, like, as far as that goes, that it becomes part of who you are. Yeah. So you can't just be like,
So if you hide that part of who you are, then your partner isn't really getting to know you for who you are. Yeah.
Because you didn't just drop like that.
Perfect. No, but yeah, I think the way in which that you talk about your past is important. That's what you're saying. Like, the way in which you talk about it in the sense of, what does that mean for me today with you now? You know?
You're not like reminiscing on
past dang.
I'm gonna back out. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, but just, you know, Like, are you friends with any of your past exes?
Am I? I would think so, but not actively. Right. Like, if I was to hit someone up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, I think they'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Yeah. And there's no bad blood. I don't have bad blood with anyone.
Right.
Do you have bad blood with anyone?
No.
Like bad blood, like they're like, fuck that.
No. There's like, I don't keep in touch with everybody I was dealing with. There's one or two people that, like, just Facebook, hey, what's up, but like no calls, nothing like that, because that's just me.
There's really, I don't feel a specific need, but at the same time, there's some people who are we're really, really good friends of mine. Right. And it's like, okay, the relationship didn't work out, but sometimes something might remind you because it's something funny or something that is about that person that makes you think like, oh damn, I wonder what's going on with them. But
and you'll hit them up.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like.
It's been a while since I've hit somebody
else. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you were to.
Yeah.
Like, our whole dynamic, if somebody was to look at it, like, I have a lot of women friends.
You do.
That are, we're real close, we're cool, and those are my homegirls, like.
Yeah, but I think that's different. That's more like having homegirls versus like you smash any of them.
Right, but that would also go into levels of, can you be friends with, people that be thinking like you can't be friends with the opposite sex unless.
I mean, it all depends on how your relationship ended too, though. Like, we both, it seems like, haven't had relationships that ended on this like terrible, like horrible note.
I mean, I've had one, a couple, but
okay, but yeah. So depending on how the relationship ended, you may or may not, know this person or come across them or whatever. But the thing is, being comfortable enough to, talk about it with your partner. Because at the end of the day, and what if, like, because if somebody hits you up and then you're all like, oh my god, and then your spouse is like, who's that? And it just takes all of that out of it, because it's just like, oh, it's so and so. And they're like, what's that dude hitting you up for? Like, and then
you still talk to that motherfucker.
Yeah, because you were all like, because that was kind of what happened when I had somebody hit me up, and I told him, I was just like, oh, so and so hit me up, and we chatted a little bit or whatever, and he was like, dang, he was like, you should probably give that person some closure. Like, you were telling me to give them closure, and I'm sitting here like, no, we're good. Like, I wasn't even going to respond. I responded because of you. I was just like, why are they hitting me up? And he was like, sometimes guys need closure. Sometimes guys just want to make sure, like, we really, really done. And girls, like, you always, once you're happy, that's when, people start popping up talking about some, how you doing? What's good? What's going on? It's like, come on now. So,
yeah, let that motherfucking know.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So, but had you not known about that person, had I tried to keep it to myself, then it would have been like, what's going on?
And you would have to even continue talking to him. Like, if you even cared to do that.
Yeah.
To like have it be some secret.
Right. And that's the thing, because
if he called you he called you one time and then you like never told me anything about it, and like if he called you and you were like, nah, blah blah blah,
yeah,
and never told me about it, and like you never had anything about it, nothing, then all right, like, that's a little piece of your life that you had to deal with, what I mean? And it's not like it would be a secret.
Well, we probably need to have a whole nother conversation about that, because I think all these three things, right, that we're going to talk about, we're talking right now about your past, and then money, and then, honest feelings. Not talking about them is the seed of a secret. And secrets can grow and fester in your relationship and, like, kill it, And so it's like, if something feels like it's something that needs to be a secret, then you should probably start thinking about, why is it a secret? Why is it a secret that an ex hit me up? Why is it a secret that I used to date this person? Right. Why is it a secret that, you know, I did such and such whenever in my past? Like, it could be because maybe you're ashamed of it, or you can't believe, you know, whatever. Like, there's stuff that I've told him that I was like, dang, I can't believe I told him that. But then it's not a secret.
Right.
And, you know.
And vice versa.
Right. So when you have those things that, you know, if it doesn't come up in conversation, it just doesn't come up. But if you're like purposefully avoiding or, you know, whatever else, then just watch out for those secret seeds. You see what I did there? Stop. Don't do it. That was actually really dope.
Secret seeds.
Secret seeds. You know, just stop throwing them out.
But no, you can't plant them, so you gotta throw them out.
Yeah, throw them out.
But when you throw them, they're gonna land somewhere and they're gonna grow somewhere.
Out of your relationship. Yeah. But yeah, so ultimately, what would you want to know? I don't know how long we've been talking, but what would you want to know about a girl's past? Like, what would you want to know about my past?
Look. If you're a secure man out there and your person that you're interested isn't actively acting like she's for these streets, let her tell you about her past in her own time. Like, I don't have any pressing need to knows about your past that, or anybody who I'm just not that type of person that I care about how many dudes you've been with.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I hear rumors about you, I'm probably just gonna keep my distance. But that's my decision.
Rumors? Wait, you're talking about like when we're not together?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like,
I was like,
not you now. Not you now. I'm just saying about a woman's past.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, most guys, I guess, they would care about how many dudes they've been with. Look, if you with me, you with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You act like you are with me and that you want to be with me.
Yeah.
My past is my past. We could talk about it, but I'm not gonna like try to bring it out of you. You know, it comes out in conversation, and that's what makes for good relationship conversation.
Yeah. Because
you're learning somebody, and it's like, damn, you know, somebody have a wild past. Somebody's past could be boring, you know, it could be whatever, but
yeah,
you know.
And everybody makes mistakes, everybody grows, you know, or
you gotta allow that person to like have grown,
right?
Because if they tell you something and then you're like, like they're not telling you because that's what they still actively are doing out there.
Yeah,
because they probably wouldn't tell you that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Find out like how did that make you grow, and like, oh wow, that's surprising. And how did you grow from
that's
that?
That's kind of scary. I hope you passed that.
And how did you grow from that? Is there anything that you learned about me that was very surprising? I don't know why I'm asking you this, but it's because we talk about this. So
yeah, but it's surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just how you used to like callously deal with your guys.
What?
I want to bust out the story.
Oh, okay. I think I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I wasn't callous.
I mean,
I wasn't callous.
Call it what you want. I'm just saying that was surprising to me. I was like, damn, all right. I'm glad I'm cared about is all I'm saying. I'm glad somebody you care about.
I'm a Scorpio, and
as am I.
Right. So if I'm done, I'm done. But yeah.
What about me? Anything you found out about me that was surprising? Or I don't know, a shock, or I'm sure there is.
I'm trying to think. I think I was actually surprised about your period of like your period of celibacy, like when you were like,
oh, yeah.
when you actually decided to just, you know, that was very surprising for me, because I was like, oh, like as a guy being like, I'm good for, that was very enlightening and surprising. But, you know, I appreciated what you gained from it and what you grew from it, and that was really cool. So yeah. But yeah, so talk about your past openly, you know, and then let it come up in conversation. Like, it shouldn't really be like rapid fire interrogation. Like,
and we said it sounds easier than it is. Like,
it really
you're gonna
is.
probably not want to talk about this fast, you know what I mean? But we're just saying, like, it helps to like take whatever weight that you're, you know, because we talk about some wild shit.
And it usually comes up in questions.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you ask questions like, dang, what's something that someone did one time that just like threw you for a crazy loop or whatever? And it might be something that somebody did in a previous relationship that, you know, now this new person or this person you're with knows, like, oh, I probably shouldn't,
also,
you know.
We have to say use with caution because, you know, you might bring up some shit that somebody just don't fuck with.
What do you mean?
Like, it's, you know, I don't know, something might come up that somebody else in the relationship just is like,
Well, if that's the case, then at least now you know how they feel about it.
Right.
So that, you know, yeah.
You know, it has to come out for the better. They gotta be like, you don't want somebody that's just gonna look at you and judge you for the stuff that you're into, or that, you know, so you might have used to been into, whatever. But
yeah. Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it could be whatever. Like, there's no connotation. I'm just saying, like, people are embarrassed about some weird stuff, you know? And I don't know how people will take it once they say it.
Right. At the end of the day, you can be your whole self and your true self with your partner. That's
the number one thing about, I feel like, our relationship. For me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I can be like all of myself in our relationship.
That's awesome. I'm glad, babe. Yeah. Same. Not that I had to say same, but no, it's true. Like, and you know that. I mean, all of my weird self, I can be with you, and all of my past and all of my
weird.
What? Nah, but yeah, all of myself, I can be with you, and you know, not feeling like I have to hide anything is actually like such a relief in a relationship, and it builds trust, and that's what, you know, trust is really key. So, you know, have a conversation, ask questions with your partner, and see what you uncover, but no judging. Let people grow from their past. No judging. As hard as that may be. But thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for part 2 of this conversation where we talk about money. And subscribe, comment, ask questions below.
I'm glad you're doing that, because...
Huh?
No, I'm saying I'm glad you can do that.
Do what?
Do that.
Wrap things up? Are you gonna let me?
Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys in our next video. Thanks for joining us. T&Mai.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.